What's up, boys, girls, and everything between, all you fucking fucksticks out there? We're gonna play some Starcraft like we have been. Swear to drunk I'm not God Officer. But anyway, so, here's the question. Who here's played Starcraft? Who does the Starcraft thing every once in a while? Actually, pull back. Let the Zerglings go first. Double-click those guys. Send them into battle. Then we'll send these guys in. We'll send these guys in just as like a finishing touch. These guys will be ready for support if need be. Oh, no, they're needed here. They're killing my guys! I don't like it when they kill my guys. Kill that guy already. Aren't you frickin' stupid spines worth anything? Alright. So we took a lot of damage, and I think some of my dudesies were killed. Whatever. These guys will save the day. We will crusade all through the galaxy until we have slaughtered all of the Protoss. So, frickin', I don't know. The Crusades is a fascinating point in history. Oh God, you say, he's not going to start talking about the Crusades. I am going to start talking about the Crusades. What are you gonna do about it? Anyway, so yeah, no. In my opinion, this might be a very unpopular opinion, but if you look at the geopolitical climate of Europe in the 11th century, the Crusades were pretty well justified. The idea behind them... God, I'm gonna get torn apart on fucking comments if anyone ever watches this video, which no one ever will, which is fine. But no, like, seriously, if you look at the actual geopolitical climate of Christian Europe in the 11th century, by that point, the Muslims had conquered and enslaved most of the centers of Christian thought and ideology. So they fought back? Now, mind you, their methods were fucked up, and I am not a big fan of what they did. There's no way that you could be like, yeah, no, it's fine that they just butchered thousands of people. No, that's not great. That's not fun. Nobody likes that. But on that note, there were a lot of reasons why Christianity went to war against Islam in the Middle East. Because Islam had gone and fucking slaughtered the shit out of people and taken over most of the Christian centers of Europe. And the Middle East. Sorry, poof. That was a mistake. A mistake. That's what it's like to be a vegan. It's just one missed steak after another. So, and God, why am I even talking about this? Nobody's even fucking watching this shit. But really though, like, the Crusades made sense geopolitically for the climate of 11th century Christendom. There was a reason why they went, yeah, you know what? Let's just pick a fight with all of the Middle East. They didn't just do it because they hated Islam. It was because Islam was conquering the shit out of the world. Alexandria had fallen. Byzantium had been besieged multiple times by marauding Muslim armies. Okay. Arab armies, I should say. Let's correct that real quick. But there was a reason behind their shit they pulled. Mind you, it wasn't nice, it wasn't great. But in medieval Europe, that was entirely the point. Ugh, God, nobody's gonna fucking care. Anyway, so you ended up with an entire situation where where a group of people felt that they were being attacked. Does that sound familiar? And here's another one of my points. I am about as anti-conservative as it gets, realistically. But when you tell people that they're awful people for voting a certain way, when you tell people that, yeah, no, you should be fine with these people that want to kill you, Islamic extremist terrorists, for example, and then people go, well, we want to keep ourselves safe, and then you make fun of them for that? How exactly do you think they're going to respond? I mean, realistically. Let's be reasonable here and actually talk about what people do and why they do what they do. Sometimes it's ridiculous. People are crazy. People do crazy shit because people are nuts. People are absolutely batshit. But then you've got people who are mad at others for being like, hey, for example, I would like it if my job and the work that I've done for years didn't go away. And then we make fun of them for that. Like, what the fuck? Most of the people that are... Again, I am literally as far as you can get from conservative. Let your imagination run wild, because I am not a liberal. Ooh, then where does he go from there? What kind of people are not liberal, but are not conservative? Americans are confused. Maybe I'm all for labor movements. I don't know. But anyway, I'm all about the working class and the common people. My beliefs are that my beliefs literally just include the idea that all human life is intrinsically valuable. That means that I'm not conservative, clearly, but it also means I'm not liberal, because the liberals fucking hate anyone that's poor. Yeah, come this way. Oh, then don't go that way. Who cares? Anyway. But when you've got a group of people that are assaulting somebody's belief system and how they've lived and how they earn their money and feed their families, and then we go and tell them that they're terrible people for what? For feeding their families? For having a job? Sure, you might argue that their jobs are pointless, that their jobs have become outdated, and that they're not doing anything, that coal or whatever has died. It's dying out. That's fine. I think that coal has died. I think that coal needs to be replaced with sustainable energy. I believe that. That being said, why would we tell people that they're bad people for believing that? I just don't get it. I'm not... Fucking... Anyway. I'm a leftist. That's what I do. I'm a leftist. I like Karl Marx. That's how that works. That's what a leftist is. And I think that liberals are, in a lot of cases, worse than conservatives. Because I think that they are trying to push an agenda that doesn't make any sense and doesn't actually help any of the working class. They're so hell-bent on giving rights to nobody and getting pissed off about nothing that what's the point? What are they trying to achieve? Fuck, my fucking leftism is coming out. What am I doing? Who cares? Nobody's listening to this shit. Nobody's gonna care. People are gonna look back in 20 years and be like, oh yeah, no, that guy was a douche. Who gives a fuck what he said? Fair enough. Entirely fair. Who cares what I think? Because who cares what I think? That's fine. I'm not bent out of shape about it. I just think that there's a certain humanistic dynamic that has been lost among a lot of people in the United States. I am not for nationalism. I like to make the the quote that the amount of American flags that somebody has on their house or on their car is intrinsically linked to whether or not they understand the definition of jingoism or not. Get the fuck out of the rest of the world. But holy shit, like, could we not just demonize people for believing something? Like, what I don't agree with what they do, but the people that are there usually have reasons for why they believe the way that they do. People don't just do crazy shit because they're crazy people, unless they are crazy people, which is fine. A lot of people are crazy. Trust me. I know that. But a lot of people seem to think of the idea of, hey, so-and-so votes this way, so he must be a terrible human being. Or maybe he's just a person that's trying to feed his family. You ever think of that? Do you ever think that somebody might be out there voting against what you believe because that seems to be the best course of action to make sure that their families are taken care of? Did that cross your mind at some point? No? Okay, that's fine. But it's just something of which we need to be aware, is that people are generally alright. People are generally not terrible, honestly. People do crazy shit because they're crazy. And most people are pretty damn normal. Most people are like, yeah, no, I voted for so-and-so because I'm a coal worker and would prefer it if my job didn't get shipped overseas. I disagree with the idea of coal. I think that we should definitely move into the idea of sustainable, renewable energy. Now, for God's sake, but the people that believe otherwise are not the devil. They just haven't been told in such a way. And the people that are telling them, yeah, you need to be okay with coal going away, are the people that also tried to spring all sorts of shit on them. They don't think that you're the good guys. They legitimately think that they are in the right. They think they are good people. They take care of their families, so on and so forth. These are not villains. We vilify them as if they're Nazis. Mind you, there are Nazis out there, and we need to fight the fuck out of them, but I'm also an advocate of eating the rich, so the liberals get all bent out of shape about that shit. Oh wait, that seems a little radical. Yeah, that's the idea, but anyway. The concept remains the same, is that we can actually have a consensus, an actual understandable dialogue without the idea that everybody and their dog is a Nazi. Do you ever... I know it's crazy. I know it's crazy to a lot of people. But not everybody's a Nazi. Trust me, when there's Nazis, I go out and I pick fights with them. Because I hate Nazis. I hate Nazism, I hate fascism, I hate the right wing. Of any kind. But you liberals are not on the right wing. On the left wing. You guys are right. You are hard right. You are neoliberals and you haven't done anything to improve anyone's lives. My life isn't better because of liberalism. My life is better because of workers' movements of the late 19th and early 20th centuries. My life is better as a worker because of because of the Colorado silver mine wars. That's a thing that has, in fact, improved my life. What are you doing? What have you done? All of your feminism is also racist as hell. You don't want to give fucking rights to any black people. Anyway, God, I'm getting all on a fucking rant here. But oh well. I think that's probably about time for me. I don't know. Is that time for you? Are we good? Are we done? Are we done here? Do we don't even have an evolution chamber. What the hell am I doing with my life? Anyway. So yeah. The world is a complicated place, and we tend to try and simplify it with no reason. There's no reason to try and simplify the world outside of pushing a specific agenda. And I'm not the biggest fan of pushing random agendas. But that's just me. Anyway, so you all have a great day. And I hope that you enjoy your evening. Auf Wiedersehen, Schweinhunde.